Well, I went against my better judgment and I went ahead and bought another Nike sneaker featuring the new Joyride run technology, the energy beads, and I'm glad I did. I usually don't go against my better judgment, but this time I'm actually happy that I did because this might be, this is the comfiest sneaker I've personally purchased since the first time I bought a pair of Boost sneakers, Ultra Boost sneakers. And I can say that confidently. I wore these for a solid full day, and I'm very, very happy with them. So let's break them out, take a look at them, and I hope you guys enjoy it. First and foremost, there's your box tag. I did go true to size. We will get back into that in just a minute. Box is your traditional orange Nike box, swoosh up top. Nothing else very special. Let's pop that lid. As I already mentioned, I have worn them. I did clean them up. Didn't go into too much of a fuss cleaning them up. Just a little microfiber with some water, but did want to get a little bit of the dirt off the bottom just so you guys could take a look at what they look like. But here they are in all their glory. This is the only colorway available in the men's so far. There is a women's colorway, and it's basically just this, but white instead of black. So hopefully this does well and they drop more colorways, because this is a Nike sneaker that I can finally get behind as far as, you know, just my everyday wear, and it's something that I would put use into. I love this shoe. Let's break it down. Again, this is the Nike Joyride Dual Run, not to be confused with the Flyknit that I did last week, or whenever you're watching this. One of my previous videos is the Joyride Run Flyknit, and I was not a fan, not even a little bit. In fact, hated these shoes so much I sent it back. So these I'm keeping, these I will wear all the time. So again, here they are. Upper is a nylon mesh, and it is a booty system. I will get into that just a little bit more after I break down the colors. On the heel and underneath portion, you've got a glacier blue, and then throughout you've got little hits of a hot punch, basically a pink-ish colorway. Hits right there, and a little bit more there, as well as on the insole. Back to the upper is a full nylon mesh. You got perforations on the toe box right here, as well as both lateral and medial portions, and then around the ankle collar and on the back panel of the shoe. Very comfortable, very soft. Not exactly as comfy as a knit or as forgiving, but still, I appreciate it. Now, starting at the toe box right here, running all the way around this side of the toe box, around this little accent piece, and then around the outer swoosh, all the way around here, you just have, I guess, it's just a heat transfer of sorts. It doesn't really do anything specifically, just a good style aesthetic piece. I like it. I think the shoe looks really good. So that kind of makes the whole look of the shoe, in my opinion. While doing nothing, I think it was a good addition. So obviously, back again to the outer portion of the shoe, you do have a giant Nike swoosh running from about the mid-foot all the way back to right behind the ankle portion. That other punch colored swoosh is on the inner portion of the shoe right there, right on the outside of the ankle. Heading up to the laces, you've got oval black laces. There were no alternates. Obviously on a general release, you're not really gonna get too much extra. So one pair of laces, they are black. They fit the shoe damn near perfectly, in my opinion. Beneath the laces is this tongue, and this is going to be a little bit tricky. It is a neoprene feeling tongue. You got that Joyride button right there. It does say Joyride Run around it twice. And then you've got kind of a gradient blue to yellow, green to yellow colorway on that button right there. Now, the reason I said it's gonna be difficult is because the shoe is essentially a booty, but the tongue is just attached by two straps, elastic straps, but it does run all the way and attach down here. So it's kind of like a piece of the shoe creating a booty, if you will. The tongue doesn't move, it stays put. Again, it is connected by two elastic straps. I love that. If you've watched any of my previous videos where I've complained about tongue slipping left to right, moving around, I don't like that. I don't like my tongues detached. I really, really appreciate when anybody attaches the tongue, because just these days, like, why not? I understand retros, and when we're going back and playing with Air Maxes and whatever else, a lot of Air Forces right now going down, I get it. When you're dropping new models though, let's attach the tongue, especially on an athletic shoe, especially on something that somebody might take to the gym, actually hit the streets for a run, something like that. Attach the tongue, all right? I know I touched on that way too long right there, but I really, really appreciate that. Right around the ankle portion of the shoe right here, you do have a little bit of reinforcement as far as the padding goes. Kind of like a pull from your classic sneaker, just a lot of padding right there around the ankle, but not too much to where it's bulky. So you're not gonna hear me hate on a whole lot. Back panel of the shoe does feature a little bit of a pull strap right here. Not really necessary in my opinion, but it is there, and I like the hit of white that correlates with that heat transfer that I already mentioned. I'm gonna say heat transfer one more time. Sitting on top right there, it does say Nike running. Insole does have more of that punch colorway, not removable at all. And that's pretty much your upper. We'll head down to the midsole where things start to get exciting. I am not 100% sure if this is React, but it does feel like React foam. It is very cushy, very squishy, and ridiculously comfortable. And that's where it all starts for me. When you put your foot in this shoe, you feel the cushion right off the bat. This is, I promise you, as comfortable as any Nike shoe that I've ever worn. The other technology that we're featuring obviously is the Joyride tech. And as you can see on this glacier portion of the shoe right here, it's where the majority of those beads are gonna be featured. This particular colorway does have black, volt, and white beads beneath there, and you can't see it does say Joyride right there on that portion of the shoe. You can see the beads do peek through both in the midfoot and in the heel cushion right there. And it's all glacier, black and white on the bottom. Colorway is awesome. Another swoosh right there on the midfoot. And what they did with this shoe, as opposed to the Joyride Run Flyknit that I touched on previously, is they didn't stick any beads in the forefoot of the shoe, which I think is what made the shoe very comfortable. I'm not sure why, because the architecture on the bottom is exactly the same. You know, you've got that same valley right there between the two pads, but I don't know if they gave us more cushion or what the deal was. They obviously didn't listen to me, because this shoe had to have been in production already and was already set to drop, but they fixed exactly what I wanted. So shout out to Nike. I'm sure somebody said something along the way and said, hey, let's drop a shoe that doesn't have anything in the forefoot, just because maybe there's gonna be a few folks out there who don't appreciate it. So that was, I think, the fix, and that's what I suggested in the previous video. Again, they didn't listen to me, but somebody heard me talking. So that's super dope. I'm really, really glad they did that. And that's what really contributed to the overall comfort, because there was no discomfort, you know, in the bottom of the foot. The only thing I will touch on is this toe box is pretty narrow when you put your foot in there. So if anything, I've got, I guess, an abnormally large big toe. And so it kind of does get a little squishy in there. I wouldn't necessarily recommend, you know, going up a size, because you might have a little bit of room, but that's gonna complete the breakdown. And with that, let's move into sizing real quick. I did go true to size, and they feel good, like to the point of an 8.5 out of 10. I did mention already the toe box is narrow, so that's my only quarrel with the shoe. If you want to lace them up really tight, you can go up half size. Do not go up any more than that. I would stick to true to size, and with Nike's return policy, it is worth grabbing your true to size. And if you hate them, return them and go up a half size. Aside from that is pricing, and because it's not a knit shoe, the pricing is 130 bucks USD, which awesome. It is just a general release shoe. There's nothing too special about it, but comfort wise, phenomenal. If you get these on a discount, you're stealing the shoe as far as comfort goes. I love this shoe. I've obviously said that too many times, but once again, comfort levels, let's get into that. 9.5 out of 10, easy. 9.6, creeping up on 9.7. This shoe is so comfy. The only thing it might lack is a little bit of stability, just because the roundness of the shoe in your heel portion, there's a lot of roundness to everything. As far as these pads down here, the bottom of the shoe, there's a little bit of a ball right here. It does round off around the whole heel of the shoe. So as far as stability goes, you might find yourself, you know, turning a little bit left and right, but it's hard to take away from the comfort, because the comfort is so much there. So you know, take it for what it is. That's gonna pretty much conclude my whole breakdown of the Joyride dual run. I appreciate you guys for checking out the video. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns about this model, leave them down in the comments down below. I pretty much get back to everybody. We've had this discussion countless times. No need to beat a dead horse. And if you haven't already, please like the video, hit the thumbs up. It helps the video gain traction. I really appreciate everybody who does that. And lastly, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, get a notification every time I do something here, guys. I really appreciate all of you for checking out the videos time and time again. Thank you so much. If it's your first time here, thanks to you, shout out to you. And that's gonna do it for me, guys. I will throw these on feet right now, give you guys a look at them aesthetically, and go pick them up, man. I love this shoe. I have no affiliation with Nike. I just love this damn shoe, and I'm very excited about it still. So that's gonna do it. I'm RJ. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Until next time, peace out.